Imagine if everything you know about the Bible is just a fraction of the real story. Think about hidden books, chapters that challenge our understanding, teachings so profound they could shift our perception of spirituality, yet were excluded. Why? Could these texts reveal truths that threaten those in power? Today we're diving into the mystery of the Ethiopian Bible and the fascinating Book of Enoch, texts that unveil secrets about fallen angels, ancient knowledge, and the spiritual impact Christianity has had on cultures few people know about. These books reveal a hidden side of faith that challenges, provokes, and shows us a Christianity much broader and more multicultural than many of us were taught. What is the true significance of these texts? And why were they left out of the canon? This journey will make us question not only history, but the very purpose of faith and spirituality. Prepare to discover secrets and mysteries that have been hidden, waiting to be rediscovered. The context of the Ethiopian Bible, a forgotten treasure. The Ethiopian Bible, also known as the Ge'ez Bible, is unique in that it includes books most Western Christians have never seen. Among its 81 books, we find texts like the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees, filled with stories and teachings that expand our understanding of Christian spirituality. Instead of presenting just a simplified, centralized version of the faith, the Ethiopian Bible offers a prism of spiritual diversity, something rarely found in other traditions. The reason for this exclusion is complex. In the early centuries, the Western Church aimed to establish a unified version of faith, eliminating any texts that could suggest a deeper connection between African roots and Christianity. But the Ethiopians, with a Christian history dating back centuries, preserved and honored these books, safeguarding a spiritual heritage that reveals a new dimension of faith. The Ethiopian Bible reminds us that Christian spirituality is broad and diverse, connecting us to a rich tradition that values the many cultures that gave rise to Christianity. Before we dive into the story of the Book of Enoch, if you're finding this interesting and don't want to miss our upcoming videos, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We bring impactful videos that will expand and elevate your faith. The story of the Book of Enoch and its revelations. The Book of Enoch brings us a narrative that feels like it's from a mystical tale. It introduces us to the Watchers, angels who descended to earth and taught humanity knowledge that would change the course of history. According to Enoch, these fallen beings revealed secrets about astrology, metallurgy, and even esoteric arts. But these teachings came with consequences. After merging with humans, they produced the Nephilim, giants with incredible strength who quickly became a burden to creation. In early Christianity, this story of fallen angels and supernatural beings sparked both fascination and fear. Its exclusion from the Western Bible was an attempt to protect the centralized view of faith and avoid inconvenient themes. What the Book of Enoch leaves us with is a glimpse of an intense spiritual battle and the impact of divine and human choices on the world order. To this day, the book intrigues those who seek to understand Christianity's hidden side and what it truly means to know the secrets of heaven and earth. Historical and political reasons for exclusion. The exclusion of the Book of Enoch and other Ethiopian Bible texts was not an arbitrary decision, but a strategic choice made at a critical time. At the Council of Nicaea, the Church sought a unified doctrine that could strengthen its influence and control faith interpretation. Texts like the Book of Enoch, which spoke of celestial beings and hidden knowledge, were seen as potentially dangerous because they opened space for freer interpretations and challenged the centralization of spiritual authority. Additionally, these texts pointed to a deep connection with African and Eastern traditions, highlighting that Christianity was not exclusively Western. But by excluding these stories, a broader view of Christianity, which acknowledged its multicultural heritage, was also excluded. Today, as we explore these omitted texts, we realize how much this exclusion has shaped the development of Christian spirituality in the West, creating a knowledge and diversity gap within the faith's own history. Genealogies and the African connection. The Ethiopian Bible reveals a fascinating aspect of biblical genealogies, especially regarding the African continent and the lineage of Ham, one of Noah's sons. According to the text, Ham is the patriarch of entire African civilizations, establishing a profound link between Christianity and Africa since ancient times. These genealogies highlight the foundational role that African peoples had in the sacred narrative, something that most Western versions overlook or leave implicit. This acknowledgement gives voice to a spirituality that celebrates cultural diversity and shows that Christianity is not limited to a single region or ethnicity. By valuing these connections, the Ethiopian Bible preserves a legacy where Christian faith is viewed as a global mosaic, where every people and culture plays an essential role in God's story with humanity. These genealogies not only affirm Africa's presence in the biblical narrative, but reclaim the crucial role of diverse cultures in shaping Christian faith and strengthening the spiritual identity of African nations. The meaning of Noah's story and the repopulation. The story of the flood and the earth's repopulation after the great catastrophe is a powerful metaphor for rebirth and inclusion. In the Ethiopian Bible, this narrative gains another dimension by linking repopulation not only to Noah's descendants, but also to the emergence of diverse nations that would become pillars of civilization. Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's sons, are portrayed as founders of different cultures, with Ham specifically seen as the ancestor of African nations. This perspective celebrates diversity and reinforces the idea that all peoples hold a unique role in the divine purpose, a view that transcends the cultural exclusion imposed by Western tradition. In the context of the Ethiopian Bible, this story of new beginnings teaches us that God didn't create just one nation, but many, and each carries a unique and complementary spiritual heritage. The exclusion of this rich narrative from the Western canon limits our view of Christianity as an inclusive faith that values and embraces all ethnicities and cultures as part of its legacy. Final reflection. These texts, safeguarded for centuries, offer a unique perspective on Christianity that many are unaware of. The Ethiopian Bible and the Book of Enoch reveal a vision of faith rich in mystery and diversity, where forgotten cultures and stories are deeply woven into the sacred. The exclusion of these works from the Western canon reflects an era of religious centralization, but it also makes us wonder how many other aspects of our spirituality remain hidden. As we look at these texts, we realize that Christianity is a plural heritage that transcends cultural and historical barriers. Are we ready for a more inclusive and universal vision of faith? These books invite us on a journey of spiritual discovery where the search for truth goes beyond imposed boundaries, challenging us to re-examine our understanding of faith as a union of all peoples and nations. As we revisit these stories, we gain a renewed understanding of the true breadth of Christianity, a faith that welcomes and values every culture in its divine expression. Comment below if you'd like to know more about the Ethiopian Bible and its books. If you enjoyed this video and don't want to miss the next ones, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and remember, God loves you.